welcome to Live and Local on QCTV. I'm your host, Ashley Wagner, and over the next hour, we will spotlight Champlin, the city initiatives, budget-wise, as well as projects, as we host live guests and talk about upcoming events, restaurant builds, and so much more. Starting with, welcome Heather, our city engineer. Thank you so much for joining us. So probably one of the hottest topics around town right now is this summer's water tower project. Give us an overview of the project as we want to learn about what is happening this summer, what are the different paint colors, what is the timeline? I've heard so many questions from the community. What can you tell us about the project?
Sure, thank you Ashley. Good to be here today. So the water tower project, what we're doing is called a full reconditioning of the water tower. Essentially what that means is we're removing all of the existing coatings, blasting that off, and we're recoating it. And it's both the inside and the outside of a water tower. And so you probably don't think much about what happens on the inside of a tower, but that's where our water is actually held up in the top of the tower. And so depending on where you're at in the tower, it depends on what coatings are placed in those locations. So if you're in a wet location, if you're in a dry location, if you're interior, exterior, it kind of varies. But really the process has been, they put the tarps up, and that contains some of the dust and debris for them to blast that existing coating off. Once that coating is off, they really bring that down to the raw steel of the structure. And they placed that kind of army green, grayish color as really that first coating that we saw on the exterior. That also happened on the interior. But I'll talk kind of more about the exterior. The exterior, when we're talking about additional coatings, there's actually a total of 4. So that army green, and then we saw a beige kind of pink color go up, that's sprayed on. Another kind of bright white color that's sprayed on, and that's about where we're at right now. Today we did just start finishing with that top coat, and that's going to be that shiny creamy white top coat that we see on the other tower. We anticipate that that'll be just a few more days that they'll be working on that top coat, and then we'll start seeing the logos stenciled on and painted on.
Oh, it's been really fun to watch the process, and I've learned so much through, the importance of the type of paint you use, and then the importance of even painting the interior of it to protect the structure. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so the coatings themselves, the structure is fully steel, and so the coatings are really intended to protect that steel from corrosion. We anticipate and have last coated this about 20 years ago, so we hope that these coatings will last at least 20 years. We're hoping that it'll maybe go 25 years. So it's once every 20 years. We do have 2 towers in town, and the other tower was redone in 2020. I know they're really close by, but we've seen that comment a little bit too. Didn't we just paint this? And no, we do have 2 towers, and they're repainted about once every 20 years.
That's awesome. And a really fun fact is water tower number 2, the current one being painted at Champlin Drive and 117th, is actually 40 years old this year, which is why we had to do this second time around restoration on it, correct?
Correct, yep.
All right, that's awesome. Probably another really hot topic in regards to the water tower project is just the number of calls we've received at City Hall regarding cell phone service and around the project, and what took place with those cell phone tower antennas. What can you tell us about the service and what residents' concerns are?
Yeah, so we prior to the project, there are cell phone providers that utilize our tower for their antennas. There's currently about 3 cell phone providers that use that tower for their antennas. They were notified of our upcoming project, and at that time then their staff engineered temporary solutions for the duration of the project. And so there are temporary antennas that they engineered on their own accord, as they removed the antennas from our tower. And I think that, there has been some issues with those. And I think, what I can say is It's really that cell phone provider that was responsible for the removal and the installation of that temporary antenna. The good news is that we are nearing the end of our project. Once we do near the end of that project and that finished coat is on, those antennas can be reinstalled onto the tower. And so we'll be working with those antenna providers and notifying them of when they're able to get back in and get the antennas back on the tower.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that update. I'm excited because coming up in a couple of weeks, I'm actually going to be able to show residents, thanks to QCTV, we're going to feature a story on climbing inside the water tower to get an up-close and personal look at the new paint coats. So if anyone is curious, like I have been in the past, of what does it look like inside the tower, I only ever get to see the outside, stay tuned to QCTV and watch for that story to come out sometime in early September if you'd like to climb with me to the top of the water tower. I think it's going to be a fun project and a fun experience. Awesome. Well, we've talked a lot about the water tower project this summer. We've had a successful summer of street projects as well. Let's talk about looking ahead, future projects in 2025. What can you highlight for us?
Yeah, so we've got a number of projects coming up in 2025. So to give you some highlights, one of the biggest one that we've been working on for several years now is the 109th Avenue project. So that's a project that we've been working cooperatively with Brooklyn Park on because it is our border roadway and it's a shared roadway. So 50% responsibility from each city to make improvements to that. Our project will include the section of 109th from Jefferson Highway to Winnetka. And in 2025, we are phasing the project. So the first phase of the project will include everything from Jefferson Highway to Winnetka, with the exception of the intersection right at 169. We'll be doing improvements to that in 2026. Improvements are going to include a new roundabout at Jefferson Highway, a new signal at Xylon, and then improvements to the signal at Winnetka. The roadway improvements will include expansion to a 4-lane divided roadway. Right now it's mostly just a 2-lane roadway without even any curb and gutter, that sort of thing. So we'll be making a full urban section roadway through that area. So yeah, we really are, we've been working on that one for a long time, really excited to get that going. So we would anticipate that construction starting in May. And there will probably be some detours, so just pay attention to our webpage and communications on that. One of the other projects that we've got in 2025 is Jefferson Highway itself. So again, the 109th will make an improvement at the intersection of Jefferson Highway with the roundabout, but north of there, so between 109th and Elm Creek Parkway, that roadway will be making street and utility improvements to that roadway. The other area to highlight is more of a neighborhood improvement project, and that will include the High Point neighborhood. So it's Elm Creek Trail and the surrounding cul-de-sacs throughout that neighborhood with street and utility improvements, as well as Goose Lake Parkway. And that'll be Goose Lake Parkway from Elm Creek Parkway to Hazelwood. So lots of improvements next year, lots of roadway work.
Oh, I know residents will be excited to hear about those. And again, you mentioned it before, but in case someone's wondering, where can I find out more about project information? Where would you tell them to look?
We do have on our webpage, right on the homepage, if you click road improvements, we have a page for each of the projects, and it's got great information. It's got maps, it's got meeting dates, it's got summaries of meetings, and other resident information that's really pertinent.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Heather, and thank you so much for taking the time to come on today's show. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Well, QCTV recently captured one of our favorite community summer events. It's a chance to take a look at all the tools and equipment that some of our public works, police, and fire use to take care of our city. Let's take a look.
Hey guys, I'm here at the Big Trucks and Cool Stuff event over at the Public Works Yard in Champlin. Let's go check it out. Horn honking, buttons, lights, and tires. So many tires. This free family fun event was a great chance to get up close and personal with the Public Works plow trucks, front end loaders, tractors, street sweepers, and more. QCTV's very own mobile production truck was there too. If you could drive any of these trucks for one day, which one would you choose? This one is the tallest. That one is the cutest. How many kids can fit in this? It was a great chance to see all types of vehicles that the city has and uses to help the city run. So next time you see the vehicles out on the city, you'll know what it's like to be in one.
Administrator Bret, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, I know when I was talking with Heather, I said the hot topic is the water tower, but I feel like if we don't tell residents what happened to you, there might be major concern around town. Is Bret okay?
Bret's okay. We just had a little mishap, and we have a rotator and bicep tear that we have had surgically repaired, so now we're just living with the physical therapy part. So.
Okay, well, wonderful. Thank you for sharing, everyone. He's okay. I know you're very, very busy this time of year because it is budget season, so thanks again for taking some time out to come talk to our residents about what that process entails. What is budget season for City Hall?
Budget season is probably closer to 6 months now than the 3 months it used to be back, and it's hard to make the budget sexy in terms of what we're talking about today, but it's our biggest challenge with the budget is, which it's been for the past few years, is infrastructure and the capital investments. You know, we did the resident survey again in 2023, and the top two responses that we always get for the residents is protect my home and protect the value of my neighborhood. And so, as you're aware, the council has made a significant investment in the street improvements in our neighborhoods. We've got $50 million budgeted over the next 3 years. Huge investment for the community. Interestingly, I was out in the Night to Unite last night, and a number of the parties that we went to were actually located on the 2024 improvement project, and the residents are extremely happy. We were fortunate to have a good contractor, and everybody's ready for it to be done, but also very excited that they're going to have a finished product there. The other challenges that we run into right now are a lot of the state mandates. Unfortunately, they come to us unfunded, and you know, just for example, just with the state changing the state flag and changing the state seal, that has an impact to us of over $50,000 a year across the community. You know, when you get into changing everything from police patches to police badges to the inscriptions on our police vehicles, it's a huge impact. And then, you know, in 2024, we were mandated with the ESST associated with the sick time program, and now in 2026, we're picking up the additional medical leave. So the fact that there's significant changes and the fact that they come to us unfunded are always impactful for us.
Thank you for sharing some of those challenges, along with the initiatives of street projects, infrastructure focus for City Council. What are some of the other initiatives that you're excited to share with residents?
The initiatives, when you get outside some of those unfunded mandates, obviously, one of the bigger challenges for us is hiring police officers, hiring firefighters, and so One of the big initiatives for us, we're moving more to a duty crew model, and while we have great response from Champlin in terms of our part-time paid on-call firefighters, we still need to make sure that we're addressing the calls during the day. And so long-term, that is a commitment that the councils and the fire board have made associated with the hiring with those two departments. And then, you know, obviously the costs associated with hiring personnel right now. It's hard, extremely hard to hire a police officer in Hennepin County right now, and I won't get into the political reasons why, but they are. They're realities that this council faces, and with the input that we continue to receive from the residents about protecting their neighborhoods, we have a strong public safety initiative that's come forward from the City Council in recent years.
And we do have an amazing group of police officers and firefighters. It's an amazing team to be on, and we are always hiring. So if someone wants to learn more, they can actually go to our website.
Correct.
We currently have an opening for starting out as a community service officer. It's a great intro. It's a way to get your foot in the door. So I love that you brought that up. And in case a resident is watching and wants to know where to learn more, they just can go to our website. Well,
and you know, some of the new budget initiatives, a lot of it obviously is centered around some of the new facilities that we have here. It's a huge investment in the community. Again, last night, being out with the residents in their neighborhoods, people love Champlin, they love their neighborhoods, and they can't say enough about how excited they are about the crossings and the opportunity it's done to reorient the community to the riverfront. And so that was the primary objective of the council. With the other initiatives coming forward, you know, it's always a challenge to a community that's essentially 95% developed to bring on new employees and new areas of emphasis for programs and services. We were just reviewing with the City Council in the year 2000, the City of Champlin had about 83.5 FTEs, full-time employees or equivalents. And in 2024, we have 86. So it's about, you know, over 24, 25 years, we're looking at an increase of about 3.5 full-time employees, and they've all come, obviously, in the public safety realm of increasing those additional services.
Awesome. Thanks so much for sharing about some of those initiatives we have to look forward to. Speaking about, you mentioned this initiative, Mississippi Crossings. We're sitting here at our gathering space, kind of in the heart of town. Talk a little bit about this massive addition that we've made to the riverfront.
It's, we've talked time and time again about, you know, the decades it took to make it a reality, but all you have to do is come up here on a Thursday night and see what's going on. I'm always amazed at not only the number of people here, but just the tone and the demeanor and the personalities of the people that are up here. We're always going to be plagued by parking problems, you know, and I think the mayor's going to talk about the new restaurant coming on board, and that's kind of the crown jewel and the finishing touch to this project. But the reality is we do have challenges with parking, and we have short and long-term goals to address some of that. But when you're inviting the community for a 4-hour period to a given location, that's a good problem. We just have to make sure that we're doing it appropriately, and that the restaurant and the event center and obviously the Jensens, they're succeeding because they're our partners in this project. And I just can't say enough, and we certainly heard it from the community how much they enjoy what has turned out to be the end product up here at Mississippi Crossings.
Yes, the large investment to the riverfront has had phenomenal feedback from the community. Let's talk about the state-of-the-art venue that we built and the opportunities residents have with this being right here in town.
State-of-the-art is a great way to term it or brand it. When it was constructed, we didn't know what our niche was going to be, and while we're still working through that, through your help with branding and communications, all it takes is for somebody to get in the facility once. I was telling some of the residents last night, we have a very prominent business in Minnesota. Their CEO came to the event center for their niece's wedding and ended up booking the facility here on the river for a week. They're renting the event center, they're renting the outdoor performance area, they're renting the docks. The facility sells itself. It's community meeting space that we desperately needed. We are so far ahead of revenue projections at this time compared to last year. So it's something that the community is embracing. And the summer series just provides that opportunity to get people up here to see what's available. And I think for the first time in a long time, the residents can proudly say, as their friends and family in neighboring communities, but come to Champlin. We've got a lot of exciting things going on and a great place to share some of those experiences.
I love that, and I love that you mentioned just the ability even to rent the outdoor space. The outdoor performance area is available to rent, as well as the indoor banquet room and the indoor conference room. So it's really was built with every kind of event in mind. So many people think weddings, but if you've got a work meeting and you need to get your team together, we've got a gorgeous conference room, and like you mentioned, it just takes popping in one time. We do offer live tours a couple of times a month on Wednesday evenings, but just in case someone can't pop in for a live tour, we do also have a virtual tour on our website now that you can take to save yourself the time, be able to get a sneak peek at it, and like you said, once you see it, it's just the best place to host an event.
Yeah, I mean, we have so many great community partners in Champlin, and I'll just for one mention Riverway Church. You know, they do so many joint things with us and our Parks Department and the rest of the community. A couple times a year they host their services out here in the outdoor performance area, again exposing more people to a great amenity. And then you know, down to the high school bands and choirs. It's a great opportunity for them to perform and get an opportunity to participate in the riverfront.
Yes, and then I love the perfect balance of, hey, come rent the space, as well as it's where we host our community events. So we've got a lot of fun up ahead with our annual Christmas tree lighting that we do here at the crossings. We've got the summer series. We've got some new fun fall events ahead that people can go to the website and learn about. And I think the next thing coming is obviously the Thursday evening concert series, but even for families, we're hosting the Jolly Pops coming up on Tuesday. So we're really trying to meet the need of the whole community, from kids and family to adults to private parties to free community events. So just love this space.
And again, that was part of the planning with the facility, is you want to try and reach as many demographics as possible. We knew that we wanted to incorporate some aspect of a playground or play equipment into this, so people as a family can come up, and certainly we've piqued their interest with the adventurous nature of the play structure here, and what an exciting place it is for everybody.
Yes, and I do love that. I mean, even if there's not an event, plan a day to come experience the one-of-a-kind playground that we have. Grab an ice cream from our other partner, Colin's Ice Cream on the river. It's so fun to have them here and be able to do that little pop-up experience with your kids, or take a walk along the river. It just, again, has something for everyone. I love that.
It's an exciting time to be from Champlin. It really is, and we're not going to steal any of the mayor's thunder. He's going to tell people about the restaurant, but what a first-class facility and addition that's going to be.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for
I appreciate
having me.
you being here. We talked about it, but coming up now, you get a chance to actually see it. We want to take you through a virtual tour of our state-of-the-art venue, the Mississippi Crossings Event Center.
2024 Champlin Farmers Market has returned to Mississippi Crossings on Tuesdays from 2 to 6 p.m. until October 8th. Stop by and stock up on fresh produce, fruit, flowers, bread, honey, sauces, seasonings, and so much more. And while you're there, toss your name into the giveaway bowl to win a complimentary activity pass from Three Rivers Park District. Passes can be used for the horse trail, cross-country skiing, disc golf, the off-leash dog area, and archery. The new booth also features small activities and information on the park and program offerings. Some other vendors include Lone Wolf Greenhouse, Baked Gluten-Free Goodies, Breck's Greenhouse, Coastal Coolers, Chevelle Vegetable Farm, Great Harvest Bread, and Ma Bay's Taste of Liberia for homemade pepper sauce, where I just had to try their excellent mango habanero jam. For information about how you can become a vendor for next year's farmers market, visit thecityofchamplin.mn.us/farmersmarket to view vendor information and registration. So stop by next Tuesday to support local and to live Champlin.
Welcome back. We actually hope to see you at the Farmers Market this coming Tuesday. We're going to be kicking off a 2-week-long contest. We ask you to come up, visit the Farmers Market, and take a picture with the Champlin Our Place to Live sign. We're going to do a photo contest, and the winner during that 2-week time period will get Shedfest tickets and free coupons to Colin's Ice Cream on the River. So pop up to the Farmers Market and be sure to snap a picture with the Champlin Our Place to Live sign and enter the contest. All right, well, welcome back. We're here with our Parks and Rec Director. Dan, thanks so much for being here today.
Oh, no problem.
Awesome. Well, let's talk about pickleball. It's probably the fastest growing sport right now, and we've had a lot of questions about need for more outdoor courts. What is the Parks and Recreation Department doing to address the demand for more outdoor courts in Champlin?
Sure. Right now we have a 6-court pickleball complex being constructed at Andrews Park right next to the tennis courts. So this week they actually did the maintenance ribbon, concrete ribbon around the court and the associated flat work. There's sidewalks connecting to the tennis court. They'll be doing final grading this week and then start the paving next week. So the timeline should be, hopefully with good weather, it'll be open by the end of September.
Oh, that's so exciting. And that'll be how many courts?
6 courts.
6 courts. That's awesome. And once that's open, what do we hope to do with those courts? Will the public be able to use them? Will we host anything special?
Sure, yeah. So we have a tentatively scheduled tournament in October. So look for more information about that. We're just waiting a little bit more time until the construction progresses, and we know for sure they'll be open in time. And then 2025, we have a lot of exciting things happening. We'll be doing some membership options, so open play in the morning time, some league options, and then some tournaments as well.
Oh, that will be awesome. I know the residents will be really excited when that complex opens at Andrews Park. Thank you so much for sharing. What about other future projects ahead for the Parks and Recreation Department?
Sure. So the big one next year for our department is a park system master plan. So that's a planning document that happens every 10 years, and it establishes the priorities for the park system over the next 10 years. So the process really engages the community. We'll do a community survey, different engagement meetings with stakeholder groups and public informational meetings, and that engagement is used to derive some goals and objectives for the department, and it'll really lay the groundwork for what we do in the park system for projects over the next 10 years.
Wow, that's very exciting. So when should residents be looking for information on that? Will it come out in 2025 for participation?
Yeah, so I would be looking sometime in January, February for like a community survey type of engagement, and then it's like an 18-month process for this document to be completed. So I would say over the next year and a half after that, just be looking for different updates regarding that.
Awesome. And are there any other budgeted initiatives in 2025 or exciting announcements that you can share since you've been in the role 6 months now and you're starting to get a good grasp on the Parks and Recreation Department and all the plans for the future? What can you share?
Sure. So next year we restart our trail replacement program. So on Goose Lake Parkway, we'll be replacing the trail system from High Point Park, I think it's Zachary Lane. I'm new to the community, so just forgive me if I'm wrong.
That's okay. I think you're right on.
Okay, and then the other side of town, between Andrews Park and West River Road, there's a trail system there that connects through there, and that'll be replaced as well.
Oh, that's awesome. I know that that's one of the things the residents love so much about our town is the ability to go explore. We have so many parks, so much green space, and the trails are really a key to be able to get around easily. So that's a great investment. Is there anything else you'd want to share in regard to initiatives for 2025?
Then besides that, it's just a lot of different miscellaneous maintenance projects. There'll be a playground replacement at possibly Woodlawn Park.
Oh,
so we'll be
exciting.
looking for that. But yeah, a lot of just different maintenance things. And then once we have the park system master plan completed, you'll see a lot more things scheduled in our CIP based on the community feedback that we get.
That's awesome. You have to love this time of year and the budget planning process.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing about some of those initiatives. Obviously, Parks and Recreation in Champlin is known for their events. They're amazing. You have an awesome team. We have an awesome team here at City Hall, and they do put on some of the best. Father Heitkamp this year adding an extra day. It was a huge success. Is there anything we can look forward to next year that might be new for Father Heitkamp Festival or takeaways from this year?
Yeah, so our programming staff are really the rock stars of the city. Put on some great events, the summer series, Father Heitkamp. But for Father Heitkamp next year, we'll be having the Fabulous Armadillos as our Saturday night concert. So that's some exciting news. And then we'll be continuing our partnership with Two Paddles Canoe races for the Sunday canoe race. And besides that, they also have a free concert basically all day here at the crossings, and they also have some food trucks up here and some other activities.
Oh, that's such a fun way to end the Father Heitkamp Festival. It was a new ad this year. It was so much fun to have live music all day long, and then being able to watch, the people come in and paddle in and do the closing ceremony. So that's awesome to hear that it'll be back next year. Thanks for sharing that. Probably one of our biggest events that sadly got canceled last year due to weather is coming up. Shedfest, it's on the horizon. What can you share with residents about the concert that happens every fall? This year it's going to be on Saturday, September 21st.
Sure. So the band this year, the headliner is Them Pesky Kids. The concert's on September 21st. It's a $10 pre-sale, so if you want to save some money on your tickets and go to the concert, pre-purchase your tickets, and then at the day of the event it's $15.
Okay, awesome. And that is a really fun concert because it takes place in the Public Works Salt Shed. The whole Public Works Yard area, kind of the place we just held our event last week for big trucks and cool stuff. So it is a 21 and over event. And again, tickets, where can they find tickets?
They can find them right on our website. We have an online registration system that you can purchase your tickets through. So yeah, if you just go to the Parks and Rec Department website within the city's website, you'll be able to find that link.
Awesome, and hopefully the weather, Mother Nature's going to cooperate this year, so we can have a wonderful time in that Public Works yard and get to do our annual event that unfortunately we didn't get to have last year. So that's a great one. Can you briefly mention we have several other upcoming events?
Okay, I made the list because it's pretty extensive. So on August 13th at 11:30, there's a kids bop band called the Jolly Pops performing here. This is a free concert.
Okay.
On August 28th from 6 to 8 p.m., there's a ninja course that's coming here. It's called Ninja Anywhere.
I have heard about that, and it looks really cool if you pull it up. It's like a mobile traveling ninja truck that then also has inflatables, and I mean it just looks like the most perfect back to school last week of summer must attend event, and that one's on the 28th, correct?
Yeah, it's like a ninja warrior course like you'd see on TV, and there's a mobile trailer, and they'll set up here at the crossings.
And both of those events are free. That's amazing. Yeah. Okay.
So then continuing my list, we have an outdoor movie on September 6th, and that's of course at dusk, and the movie playing is Shrek.
Oh, fun. And that will be here at the crossings?
Yep, here at the crossings at the OPA. And then on September 8th, this year we're, for Jump It Up, we're actually partnering with Riverway Church, and we're combining forces, and it's going to be called Family Fun Fest, which is a carryover from their name.
Yeah.
New this year, this will be a free thing, so we used to charge for Jump It Up.
That's so exciting for the community.
Yes, that'll be a great thing for the community. There'll be some low-cost food options, like $3 for a hot dog basket, so very affordable for the community.
I love that. I love that we're able to partner with Riverway and make this event better than ever. I actually love changing it to that time of year as well. I think in the past, it's middle of summer, hot, humid. humid. So I think September is going to be a perfect time frame.
Then Shed Fest that we already talked about. That's on September 21st. So get your tickets now and save $5.
I love that. Awesome. And those tickets are on sale. So probably one of the biggest events we've added in the past 2 years, it's the second season of it, is the MC Summer Series. Residents can come right here to Mississippi Crossings. They can enjoy free live music on the river. We bring up a few food trucks each time. How has the community responded to this free event?
Oh, it's overwhelmingly positive. We're getting up to 1,800 people that show up on Thursday nights for this concert, and like our programming staff is the rock stars, no pun intended. They put on a great event. We have food trucks here, multiple food trucks. So there's different dining options. The bands have been great so far this year. We have 3 concerts left. This Thursday we have a country band called Maiden Dixie. So yeah, you have limited opportunities left this season. So yeah, come out and enjoy it.
Awesome. I was going to say, I think there's 3 shows left. It's every Thursday, 6 p.m., right up here at Mississippi Crossings, free to attend. We've got Jensen's Market, always has fun grab and goes. We've got Cullen's Ice Cream. We've got food trucks. So if you haven't made it up, you've got 3 more Thursdays to get up here at 6 o'clock and experience it. Is there any adjustments that'll be made in 2025?
The only big adjustment is the possibility of the restaurant opening. So obviously there will be more opportunity for seating, and we're trying to address that, be in front of it. And there's an overflow lot on Dean Avenue, so it's in our budget right now to make it a more temporary lot and add some gravel there, so it's a better parking situation for everybody.
Awesome, I love that. And I think joining us next will be the mayor, and he's going to talk a little bit more about the restaurant and what's to come with that. So thank you so much for being here today, Dan. I really appreciate it. If you haven't made it up to Mississippi Crossings to experience the summer series, take a look at this.
Send shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time. Goodbye, everybody, I've got to go. Gotta leave you all behind and face the truth. I don't wanna die. Sometimes wish I'd never been born at all. I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche, swinging to the fandango. Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening me. Galileo, Figaro, Magnifico! I'm just a poor boy, nobody loves me. He's just a poor boy from a poor family. Spare him his life from this monstrosity. Easy come, easy go, will you let me go? Fish spin, not no, we will not let you go. Fish spin, no, we will not let you go. Fish spin, no, we will not let you go. When I let you go, when I let you go, let me go. No, Mamma mia, let me go. Beelzebub, as the devil put aside for me, for me, for me. So you think you can stone me and spit my eye? So you think you can love me and leave me to die? Oh, baby, did do this to me, baby?
Welcome back. Now joining me is Mayor Brian Sabas. Thanks for being here, and we are now under a covered tent because, again, this is live TV and Mother Nature has decided to rain on us, which I was fine with, but he really wanted the tent.
You know, sometimes you gotta stay dry.
That's okay. So I'm excited to have you on the show because we've saved probably one of the most exciting things that's going to be coming ahead for our city for you to talk about, which is an announcement you made at one of the MC Summer Series show, the very first one when we kicked off the season. You talked about a restaurant coming to town, one that we've been patiently awaiting. What can you share?
Yes, well, first off, thanks for having me. Excited to be here this afternoon with you. Talk about some exciting information and exciting news that's happening. So it was Thursday night of Father Hennepin weekend kickoff, and I went on stage and we unveiled the new renderings of our rooftop riverfront restaurant that's coming not far behind us here. And the renderings are still here at the crossings if anyone wants to take a peek. But we are having the new restaurant coming to town here later this year. Sometime this fall we'll see construction start and groundbreaking for an unbelievable facility. The rooftop, the drawings are unbelievable. This will be one of the nicest restaurants I've ever seen as far as the building and location.
I mean, the replicas look amazing. In case a resident is curious and wants to know, well, where can I see this? Do I have to drive up to the crossings? There are replicas here to see on Thursday nights when you're up here, but also on our website we have those replicas and on our City of Champlin Facebook so that residents can see what's to come. So tell us a little bit more about the building.
Yeah, well, first off, this is an excellent partnership between the ownership group of this restaurant and the City of Champlin. And we have found, I would say, the perfect marriage between the two. Someone we're extremely confident in, and we have that has all the ability and a ton of success in their background. But this is a new concept for them. And so this restaurant is going to feature some higher end plates of food, higher end steak cuts, but also going to have your run-of-the-mill restaurant food as well. So you'll have the ability to get your high-end steaks and pork chops and seafood and all the fun different foods you can have, but also going to be able to step in there in your flip-flops and swimming trunks out the river and grab a drink or grab a burger or some wings.
What about nachos? Will there be nachos?
Well, I have not confirmed that yet, but knowing these, the ownership group, I would bet you there'll be some sort of nachos.
Okay,
so we're excited, and I've been in constant contact with the owners of this as well as staff has, and so in the final preparations before this thing really starts coming out of the ground before winter. So a lot of excitement to come.
And we hope to see it open this time next summer. Is that still the timeline pending construction?
You know, we're in a unique timeline or time frame here in 2024 with building material costs, and this building of anything that we've done has given me more than our fair share of surprises and stress. But I am confident that this thing will be out of the ground this fall and will be open at sometime early summer 2025.
That's awesome. And there are so many pieces to that. I'm glad you brought it up because I think residents have been patiently awaiting this restaurant, but there's just so many moving parts that they should know about from even the standpoint of considering parking. You know, we recently added parking at the DC Chandler lot, which has been amazing, but obviously the popularity of even the MC Summer Series has made a need for, as Dan talked about, you know, even graveling our parking lot that you can get to from the pedestrian tunnel, as well as then the restaurant's going to add parking as well, correct?
Yeah, so we have all those parking spots that are get pretty filled up on our Thursday night concert series. We've been having awesome weather and big attendance. But with the restaurant on that site, it's going to be built extremely close to where the amphitheater area is. But on the, I would say, the east side of that restaurant, there'll be another 100, somewhere between 100 and 120 parking spots added over there for additional parking. And as everyone knows, any place that's super successful, there's going to be a full parking lot. And so I don't know if we could ever build enough parking, but we have our parking lot that we're sitting off of right now, the one over at Chandler, the one across the highway for those folks that have been here many years, the old house of rental site. And so we believe now we have, you know, an adequate enough amount of parking. And for those of you that arrive by boats, like myself, we attend to fill up the boat parking on Thursday nights. And so part of the agreement with the restaurants, we are expanding the dock system to lower Point Park, creating a lot more open spaces for parking, for daytime use, and coming up to the crossings.
I love that, and that's probably one of the best things about this area is you can arrive via car, but you can also arrive via boat. We're going to extend those docks down and add more boat parking. You can also bike up here.
Yes.
There's been amazing trail improvement projects that have taken place where you can now get all the way from DC Chandler to here. It's going to, once the restaurants build, connect with that sidewalk into the restaurant as well. So it's really just been a beautiful plan you have mapped out.
Yes, and we've added the coyotes to our trails to come into the crossings to help keep our trails clean.
Yes.
And hopefully those don't get, all of them get taken.
Yes, that's
but
true.
they have definitely helped, and so yeah, it's an excellent area to bike up to. Pretty much you can get from the far south side of the city up into the crossings, no problem, or the tunnel coming under the highway. So we encourage people to find different alternative ways to get up here on those busy nights.
I love it. Well, as much as we are anxiously awaiting a restaurant, a rooftop restaurant here at the crossings, we do have a place that just got added to the crossings that is fabulous and has grab and go options. We recently featured it actually on QCTV's show that they do monthly with the mayor, where you get to do a lunch segment at a restaurant in town and really showcase those businesses. And we're working our way through all of the Champlin restaurants and using that to showcase and promote the restaurants, as well as show appreciation towards a team member and share with the community what that team member does. And we featured Jensen's Market right here across the way from where we're sitting here in the crossings. Talk a little bit about how exciting it is to have Jensen's here at the crossings.
You know, it's an incredible addition to not only the crossings, but the city of Champlin. They were a beloved family business in Coon Rapids for over 50 years. And personally knowing the Jensen Washburn family, they're a local family in Champlin here, have been here for many decades. They do an incredible job. For those of you that haven't been here, the bakery, the deli, the lunch, the specialties, the meats, it is just absolutely incredible. I had lunch there today, so I'm always looking out for their specials because it's like, oh, you know, I think last week I had a French dip there. It's a great place to pop into, grab some hot food, fresh food, or even your deli salads. Jennifer, the kind of front main owner, I guess, of Jensen's, she is just an angel to deal with. She is awesome. You can always catch her in there working, and just a great add. And last night at Unite to Unite, as much excitement as there is for the restaurant, I think I heard just as much excitement about Jensen's here.
Yes.
And so it has turned out even better than I imagined.
Well, I think if someone hasn't popped in there, it's just the amount of offerings they have, from, like you said, the daily specials to their fried chicken to the $3 grab and go. You need something quick and you're out the door, to even just, what am I going to make for dinner tonight, and all their fresh meats and fresh veggies, or even just, let me grab those caramel rolls for breakfast. If you haven't tried their caramel rolls, isn't that one of your favorites?
It is probably, yeah, definitely one of my favorites. I got to be careful because it's hard to have just one or two of them. But like you said, you know, my wife said, hey, you're in charge of dinner tonight. So when I was there, I picked up the meat for tonight, and so they have pretty much everything. So great addition to the business community here in Champlin. I know they do their Thursday night grilling with brats or sometimes pork chops. And
much like Colin's Ice Cream and the Lookout Bar and Grill and all of the Elm Creek Brewing Company, I mean, they're really becoming a staple of those Thursday nights, with whether they're roasting corn on their outside grill or a pork chop on a stick, or, you know, grab and go brats. It's just it's really nice to have them as another community partner.
Yes, very exciting.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being here with us today. We're going to actually get a chance to take a look inside of Jensen's now. QCTV was able to put a little preview together for those that haven't had a chance to tour all of their offerings. Let's take a look.
We've been at our new store for about 6 weeks now. We brought over the best of the best from our Coon Rapids location. Champlin actually approached us when they were working on the Mississippi Crossings development and asked us if we would like to be part of it. And I thought, what a great opportunity. Everything in our store is fresh, and that's what we like to focus on. We have a fresh salad bar if you'd like to make a salad. We have hot soup and chili every day. We have our wonderful deli that has all fresh made salads. Our specialty bakery donuts, wonderful every morning. They're always a hit. We know we have the best bakery around. Honestly, our donuts are phenomenal, and I think it's a little hidden gem. People don't realize how good they are. We recently started doing croissants. We have chocolate croissants, strawberry cream cheese croissants, almond croissants, and then we're also well known for our croissant, which we used to call a Fraggle at our Cool Rapids store, but when we moved here, we changed the name to croissant because it is a fried croissant. We are a family business, and our entire family works here. Some of the advantages of coming to our store is everything we make here, our deli, is all made in-house. On Thursday nights is concert nights at the amphitheater at Mississippi Crossings. So Thursday nights we always grill from 5 to 7, and typically we do our brats, our famous brats, with sides. We've done corn elote with it as well, our famous Corby's kettle chips. So we like to offer a variety on Thursday nights. So we are conveniently located off of Highway 169 in the Mississippi Crossings, where you can take either exit off of 169 right when you come across the Anoka Champlin Bridge and turn right away, or before the road bends on 169, you can take that turn as well. And you can see us when you drive on 169. We have a big sign, Jensen's Market. Plenty of parking, easy in and out. So when you come in here, you can decide, do I want to cook tonight or do I not want to cook tonight? I can pick up whatever I need to do both.
I'm from Wisconsin, and I remember all the old small stores we go to, and it just kind of reminded me of home when we moved there. We went there all the time. My husband would get lunch there. We loved their jalapeno brats. My family back home actually loves them too. So when we found out they were leaving, it was just kind of a pull in our heart, I guess you could say, for the community, because it's just that hometown grocery store. But seeing them here now, like I told the owners, we were just so proud to see how well they are here and how amazing the store is and how they literally just rebranding themselves, and it's really good for this community, and it just makes us happy, and we're willing to drive over because of the buns and the bakery and the sausage and everything.
Welcome back. Well, hosting this show on QCTV is an annual highlight for me, so I invited Seamus to come on up. He's one of QCTV's amazing team members. There's so many of y'all that do such a wonderful job covering our city as well as the other surrounding cities that you promote. And I guess we just want to say thank you. And I want to talk a little bit about this show. It's such a highlight to host it. It's so much fun. And I think you're holding some hardware that maybe came from this show, which I love to see. What can you tell us about that hardware you brought on air today?
Yeah, for sure. First of all, thank you for hosting. And it's not too early to say you've done a great job, especially with some of the pivots that we've had to do. Every year we submit to 3 different national awards, one of which is the Tellies, which I'm holding here, and we're excited that this year Live and Local won a Telly as an overall program. We submit both individual stories and full programs, and this year Live and Local was recognized as one of the best shows of its type in the nation for our peer group, which is very exciting. So
congratulations. That is so exciting for you, for the whole team at QCTV. Again, you guys just do such a great job.
Thank you. It is great to, not to sound like a cliche award speech, but it's great to be recognized and to have some hardware to show off. We actually also won our first gold Telly this year. There's gold, silver, and bronze, and Champlin featured fairly prominently in our awards packages this year. So if anyone is curious what exactly won, you can check out our website for more information.
And if someone wants to know, like, okay, I need to be watching QCTV so I can stay up to date on my city, where can they go?
Great question. The best way is to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of the major social media platforms, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel and turn on notifications. That way, when there's a new story, a new game, a new Live and Local, you will be the first one to know and you can tune in.
I do absolutely love QCTV's YouTube channel. It's amazing. Well, let's talk about what do we have ahead for QCTV this fall?
Well, fall is one of our busiest times of the year. We have fall sports coming back. Of course, we cover Andover, Anoka, and Champlin Park High School. This year, we're covering volleyball, football, and boys and girls soccer. And additionally, we're actually expanding our production capabilities for fall sports. So we should be able to bring you even more games than ever. Additionally, of course, across the river in Anoka Halloween's a huge production for us. And Live and Local will be back in Champlin in October. So that's all some fun stuff on the calendar to look forward to.
Amazing, amazing reasons to go, like you said, to QCTV YouTube, like it, subscribe to it, sign up for notifications so that you don't miss any chance to see those beloved Rebel sports that we love so much. Even the tornadoes across the river.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to it. And this fall, another major project for us is we should have a new website fairly soon. So QCTV.org will still be your place to go to catch all of that if you're not on our YouTube channel. But it will have a new look that's really exciting, and we're excited to share that
Awesome.
soon.
Well, wonderful. I'm so glad you were able to join today and share those little tidbits with the community.
Thanks for having me.
All right. Well, on behalf of QCTV and the City of Champlin, I'd like to personally thank all of today's guests. It's amazing when they can come live on air and share with the community everything that we have going on. I want to thank the viewers for watching. We always appreciate it. If you'd like more information on the City of Champlin, I encourage you to go to our website and sign up for electronic notices. I encourage you to go to City of Champlin on Facebook and like and subscribe so that you don't miss anything we have going on around our place to live. Also, I would say keep watching QCTV because they do such an amazing job of promoting all the things we have going on around town. Until next time, thank you so much. We hope to see you again on a future October Wednesday when we return with Live and Local Champlin. Until then, enjoy our place to live.